Hello everyone, welcome back to PLD Disc Golf for round 2 front 9 coverage of Brave the Midwest. This is the very first tour stop for the Greater Peoria Tour. I have Ben Wyckoff with me. How you doing, Ben?
Hey Peyton, thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
Awesome. If you guys didn't check out the first round, go back, go see that. We've got a lot of cool action for you, some ace runs.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a lot of shout outs to some of the key players that we see here in this leaderboard. So we got the top 5 players who would be playing with us. This was a stacked event.
Yeah, for a small kind of MA1 field, we've got a couple 960 plus guys, I think. And,
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Ryan Lucas being one of them, and I'm excited to see him.
And Carson Phillipson as well, I think.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a good card. Myself and Dane returning from the first round coverage here, but starting us off, we've got Carson Phillipson. This is hole 1 at Bradley, 358 feet. You're looking to play a big righty hyzer and get around that tree ideally, but this is one of our harder holes on the day. You're not upset with taking a 3 here.
Absolutely. And to add a little more detail to that, we have an OB sidewalk on the right that you have to avoid not straightening something out, and you have an OB road deep of the basket on the left for your upshot. So counting on the OB for both your first shot and your upshot if you have it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely have to be cautious of it. We got Ryan kind of catching the same tree that Carson did as well, unfortunately. Again, I'm the lone lefty out here, so I'm taking the more layup-y forehand route, just trying to put it low and skip into the hillside. Catch a little branch, but...
So my philosophy has always been, if it's dead and in the airspace, get rid of it. But
Yeah.
that's like the one design characteristic of this hole that really makes it challenging. So
Yeah.
I kind of go back on it when I get to this hole. I was like,
yeah, this one's... I'm kind of 50-50 on whether I like it or not. I think it would make it a little bit too easy to just kind of put a spike hyzer up there if it's gone. So I like it as kind of a challenge.
Yeah.
And Hank's got a pretty good amount of power and a good rip on this one. He'll have a long C2 putt, it looks like.
Yeah. I will mention I'm on the camera here, so I did get to see all these players. And I will mention Hank's, got a really nice hyzer. He throws hyzers very, very well.
Gosh, yeah, he really does.
But
I
yeah,
dropped something.
good-looking crew of guys here, essentially. So, as I mentioned, a stacked field. We also have a full tournament, 18-hole course. We have 90 players, so 5 people cards all around.
Yeah, across every hole.
Yeah, that's one of the most unique things I think we've seen here in the Peoria area for a while, is a lot of amateur representation for that area of competition. So.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, we have the same thing for McNaughton coming up for the next event, so...
Which is so cool. We'll have that footage coming out for you here pretty soon, so stay tuned for that.
I am flirting with the sidewalk over on the right side. I think I stay in bounds barely there, but definitely gets the heart racing a little bit to start the round.
Definitely.
Ryan looking to keep it a little bit cleaner than mine, and that looks like a nice shot.
Absolutely.
Right up by the basket.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of like this as the starting hole. Get your nerves out of the way. Really,
yeah. Oof.
Anybody who plays competitively would just see this as, play a chip shot, play a short up shot. You get to practice, 2 conservative shots and then make great putts like Carson did.
Yeah,
nice.
And Carson, man, he is such a good putter. I've played with him a couple times now, and it feels like he's rock solid from anywhere from, the basket out to about 45 feet.
Right.
You think it's going in.
And out here with the fast ground, it's very hard to place your disc, so you're gonna have to,
that's a post lunch nervous putt right there. Somehow I didn't get the nerves from the camera on the first round, but they caught me on the second round, so that's not what you want to see to start the round off there.
Yeah.
Hank had a really nice chance at birdie there and able to convert the par. Kind of what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And again, no birdies on this hole.
It's
in the
a tough
second
round.
round, so
yeah. A shout out to Power Grip. They are our power sponsor. They presented this tour, and they have so much in store for us. So go check them out. The store in Bloomington is a great place to be too. So if you're in the area, check them out. But yeah, kind of continuing on a note I gave on the green of the last hole. All of these greens are hard packed.
Yep.
So it's very hard to place your disc. You got to have a good putt. So people like Carson, who are just really on point with their putt, are going to thrive out here. And An interesting shot from
Carson. He
at
played
the
it.
beginning.
He played it out wide, kind of almost towards where the short basket is.
Right.
We're looking for just kind of a straight 220-foot shot here.
Like Ryan threw. He's a little deep.
Ryan's I think he's a little short. Maybe I could be wrong.
think
But
he
he'll
got that
have a
ground
putt either way.
Yep.
Yeah, just looking to put it up the middle and make your putt pretty much.
There you go. That hyzer release from Hank on a straight hole too.
Yep. It's a blessing and a curse. Right?
Yeah, I know, right? You got a money shot, you're gonna lean into it all the time, but then it's hard to change. Wow.
There we go. That's how I like to bounce back if I can from a missed putt on the first hole.
Okay, and guys, I promise I am working on my tournament coverage follow flights, and
Oh, there
that
you
would
go.
be one that would be receiving that.
Oh man, yeah, you can see it's just, and his putt sits down so well for a course like this where you do get a lot of rollaways, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
He's so up and down. And there's, speaking of which, I promise I didn't review the footage ahead of time.
I did.
There
Back
you
and
go.
forth all the time,
You don't
so I saw
remember
it coming.
Oh, and a kind of a tough putt from Dane there as well. I know he wants to put that a lot closer.
I stand corrected. He is Ryan was short.
I knew it. Yeah, and again, he would like to make that putt. That's a kind of a tough stroke to drop here early on. Hank can't quite get the comebacker, and oh my goodness, another roll. So he'll have another tester from about 25 feet or so there.
This is the last thing you want to be doing.
There we go. That's a good catch on
Actually,
these veterans.
That putt is the first thing you want to be doing.
Yeah.
But the last thing you want to be doing is a bunch of back and forths early in a round because that can set the tone for the entire round. So hopefully Hank takes that third putt with a vote of confidence because that was well placed. And good putt from Dane too.
Yeah, and from Ryan. You can see Dane checking out the basket on his hyzer putt. Definitely has the tendency to kind of sneak through these chains. So he's giving it another extra look to make sure they stay in. Nice comebacker from Carson there.
Solid cleanups. And how does it feel to be the last guy to tap out for birdie?
It feels really good. And obligatory shout out to Paul Macbeth there. Macbeth 2020 Lunas, they're great.
Nice. Yeah, my brother throws them all the time. He loves
yeah.
them. They're money disc. But Prodigy also has some money plastic.
Yeah,
so
they do.
They hooked us up with some of that fractal plastic, and that was
so nice.
Yeah, that was this event's player packs disc, and it was awesome.
Yep. Hole 3, 356 feet. Playing very slightly downhill. You've got a sneaky lefty line that I'm taking here. The more conventional line is playing, that you'll see Carson take, is playing straight with a stable kind of mid or fairway. Getting through those trees and finishing down towards the basket. That was a really nice shot, it looked like.
It was.
Maybe a hair short, but he'll have a putt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these, it's kind of pick your poison. Yeah, so that's the really
the
straight line.
Yep, and he gets the nice ground play. He'll have a putt as well, it looks like.
Yeah, so I think he's the first that I've seen actually throw the true straight line. I think Dane's going to go around.
Yeah, he's trying to go around, I think. He splits the gap again like he did in the first round, and hopefully this one can
stay put.
Stay in bounds. Yeah, he had a unfortunate roll the first time, or skip. We don't really know, but something unfortunate.
And mentioning, if this doesn't sit down too, there's a road that's on the backside of the green, probably around 40, 45 feet, that is OB. So you can hit the hard packed dirt right here on the green and go to the road, which is now to our back and to the right. So.
Yep, and you've got Carson. He's stayed inbounds, but he's got just a pitch up. That was another example of Hank's nice hyzer game there, where he's playing a really flippy disc, flipping all the way up to flat. Doesn't quite finish back, but a nice shot. Dane can't quite make his uphill look there, but a good effort.
Yeah, the breeze is present here today. It's not ridiculous, but it's there. And
wow. Nice putt from Ryan. Another, I gave a lot of credit to Carson, but Ryan is also an absolute killer on the green, so
yes,
it'll be a fun round to watch here.
Mm-hmm. Hank's straight shot, he just kind of leaves that low. It's a fearsome putt because that can roll away, get away from you fast.
Yeah,
what do you got here?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a tree in my way, I think, but I think I just kind of floated that one, unfortunately. Not exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh.
Nice comebacker for Dane.
Yeah.
And let's see, Hank shouldn't have too much meat left on the bone here, but still, this can be a knee knocker early in the round, but no problem for him.
Mm-hmm. I think this is Hank's first experience with a camera too, so I think every single one of these putts going to matter in his mind, the fact that the camera is on him. So, yeah. Well, that's all you can do. Played pretty clean. No bogeys from what I saw, so
Nope.
that's beneficial.
Yeah,
I would
that
be the
helps.
one with the bogey on the hole, so
Yep.
I'd get in the road for sure. All right.
Yeah, we've all been there. It's not exactly what we're looking for, but it happens.
Yes. All right. Thanks to Great Lakes Disc. They are a retailer up in Michigan. Good ties with Discraft and DGA. I love the plastic that they sell out there, and I know that they're doing good things in the Michigan area too. So go check them out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hole 4 here, we've got 223 feet, dog leg down to the left, blind shot off the tee, but these players are all pretty familiar with the course. Just put something stable out there and let it fade down towards the basket. Ryan put a nice move on his. I threw mine to the long pin for some reason, so I've got a long, about 25-foot, 30-foot comebacker, I think.
Yes, all right. Yeah. Well, you say people should be familiar with this. So I would hope so, given that they played it in the morning.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
that's
like,
it.
yeah, just a quick reminder. What do you need to do? Oh,
Yeah, and Carson puts his a little deep. That's kind of flirting with the road, but it looks like he should have stayed in bounds there.
yeah. I was looking for a reaction from the card.
Yeah, the card across
over
the
there.
street on 5. Dane left his a little early the first round, and it looks like he
Yeah,
does it
same.
again. He's got a putt, but he's going to have some shrubbery in the way.
That seems like maybe it's calculated. He uses the
Maybe.
foliage to kind of slow him down so he doesn't go skipping, maybe like Hank does here.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, lands right by the basket, but yeah, again, can't quite catch that retaining wall, and he'll have a decent length putt coming back.
Yeah. You'll start us off here on the green.
Yeah. Continuing my theme of not quite confident putting in the second round, unfortunately.
It's easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, this is an uphill from respect to both Carson and Ben at this point, and so you
Yeah.
want to be able to toss it just like Carson
yeah,
did.
that's a nice looking putt. Even though it doesn't go in, that's a ton of confidence you can see there, and
yeah.
only misses it by a couple inches. Hank's got around about 25, 20 feet, looks like. Maybe a little bit longer. That looked like it was in the air a decent time.
I'm zoomed in a little bit here
Yeah.
too, so as I zoom out to try to capture Dane and his putt.
Man, yeah, you know he wants that one back. That one stings.
This is the one where, I mean, you're in Ryan's position. You're already kind of in the lead here. You're just like,
Yep, just
last putt for birdie, put it in, and make a statement.
do it again. Why not?
We've got a 4 yelled. I don't know who called it, but we've got some guys that they're on the next hole, hole 5, throwing that over the street shot that you mentioned. So we'll get to call that out here. So hole 6's tee pad is in the fire zone for that shot.
Big time. You definitely, you want to make sure that's clear before before you're firing the over the road shot off, because that could get a little dangerous. We don't want to see anything like that.
Absolutely. So cleaning up, just a bunch of pars all around, but
And the birdie for Ryan.
birdie for Ryan. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. So, all right. I didn't mention it yet, but thanks to NADGT, Dalton had worked with them. NADGT has now made every single stop of the Greater Peoria Tour a qualifier event, so the top performing people in each division will be getting invites to go play in Austin. A fantastic event, and it's a great time. We're here at hole 5. It's a nearly 300-foot par 3. It's a dog leg right from the tee pad's position the entire way. That flip up backhand from a lefty is a perfect shot.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
And also the righty backhand turnover is also another very common play too. I think that's a confident way to get to the pin, but this forehand is one where you just want to hit that gap.
Yeah, and another shot that's kind of blind to the basket from the tee, and we're also playing pretty significantly uphill here.
Right.
So not a super long hole, but pretty technical for what it is.
And the only reason actually why I'm standing up here at the bend is so that I could
so you can catch where the discs even land.
Every other hole at this course, pretty much you can see the pin and where the discs result, but on this one, not so much. So
And wow, Hank's showing off some big power on the forehand there. That's not a short shot.
That was high,
Yeah.
and that got through and very close to pin high. So that
Wow.
was really well executed. Really well done.
Definitely. Dane with a little forehand upshot here.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Trying to run it up almost, but a very nice shot from down there. Because that's definitely going to be blind to the basket.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's just picking his spot, and Ryan doesn't quite get clean, but he'll have a pretty short putt, it looks like, as well.
It looks like routine from what I've seen on the other greens.
Yeah.
It's pretty confident from him. So
Carson puts his right next to my drive. Trying to steal some extra inches running off mine. Hank, man, It's a great drive. Can't quite connect on the birdie putt. Carson with the nice par save.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're talking putts here too. I do appreciate people who lean on the straddle putt as their primary putt. So watching you just on the green.
As long as you don't do it like that.
Yeah.
I liked it out of my hand, just pulled it a little bit. I think I need a little more legs in that one.
Gotcha.
So, what can you do?
Yeah. Actually, I've noticed that too. When my legs aren't quite into it, I end up trying to arm it a little too much. And with the righty, I'll pull right, but lefty pulling left. And
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan just...
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I thought for sure he had it. You proved me wrong, Ryan. Come on.
Yep. And no birdies on this hole in the second round, so definitely playing a little tricky.
Yeah, we had the one doubles last round, and
yep.
Yeah. This will be one of the harder holes. The next hole we have goes to one of the easiest. So first shout out OTB, one of the premier online retailers. I've bought from them several times.
Oh, yeah,
I enjoy their sales service, and the way that they market their discs too is great. So hole 6, the over the road shot hit zone, but this is just a 160-foot par 3.
Yep.
You're trying to pitch it through a field goal gap right in the middle where these guys are going, and try to control the ground play next to the basket. So
yeah, another blind shot. Feels like it should be a lot easier than sometimes it ends up playing. I hit the same tree that I did the first round, which is, always fun. Dane with a great shot there. I think that's one of Prodigy's approach discs that he's using, maybe an A3 or an A2.
It has to be.
It's just money.
Yeah.
And Hank showing off the forehand again and puts it nice and close.
Yeah, there's a left gap that Hank took. There's the straight gap that everyone else has been taking. And then there's this right gap that it looks like...
I think he's going up the middle. He catches something, so he leaves it a little short. But
gotcha.
Yeah. I think we saw Jared take that in the first round.
It's dealer's choice. And
yep.
You already had practice with that upshot.
Oh, yeah. So. I know. I've been perfecting my C2 layups today, so
there we go.
May as well get another one in. Carson not laying this one up, doesn't look like. And man, that putt is just so up and down. It looks you're never worried about it rolling here on a course where a lot of putts you get worried about.
I mean, we talk about in the amateur field, it's hard to have, or it's rarely seen the professional putt, and Carson's in that category. And
wow, that's a great putt from Ryan.
But it's the professional pace. So where I think Carson actually has a lot of pop, a lot of velocity, he actually puts it up in the air and lets it drop.
Yep.
Ryan lofts it, nose up, and so he's got that professional speed from that realm.
And you see Dane zings him in there a lot of the time, which is another kind of category that you see on the pro side.
Absolutely.
Oh, you hate to see that.
There's that spit out.
Yeah, I mean, that one was a little bit right, but you'd love to see that catch on most baskets.
Right.
That's unfortunate. Great drive from Dane, just dropping in. Man, that one stings a little bit.
I think if the engineer coming out in me, maybe you could see it too. I think it's because the outer chain layer is too short.
Yeah, no, they definitely they feel like they should hang down harder.
Absolutely.
Farther. Shout out to Underdog, great people out there. Tons of selection of discs, and just shout out to them for their support.
Yeah, retail store here in Peoria and also in Springfield. So they got 2 footprints, 2 great disc golf communities that they're supporting, and they also have used equipment for every other sport out there.
Oh, so absolutely, yeah. Not just disc golf. They've got everything you could want in terms of sports.
Yeah, even pickleball.
Oh yeah, I got my paddle there.
Oh, you did? Sweet.
Hole 7, we've got par 4, 426, kind of a tweener hole. Definitely feels bad to not be getting a 3 here, and you want to be having a look at 2. We've got good drives from Dane and Hank, and here's Ryan with the nice hyzer. Leaves it a little short, but that's totally fine. That's in play, no problem.
Yeah.
Lefty plays a little bit trickier. I try to go roller here.
And with a little bit of a tailwind, I would say that, I mean, you've got a fantastic opportunity to get pin high, and it looks like you're about to do that here.
Yeah, this one was sent pretty well. Down in the leaves out there, that's probably pin high, but it's going to be about 80 or 90 feet right, unfortunately.
That's all right. As you said, the 3 is just fine. You definitely do not want to be taking a bogey on this, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Carson skies this one a little bit, kind of looking to bounce back from the bogey on the previous hole. Fortunately, with the par 4, he'll have a chance to get up and down, but not really making it easy on himself here.
Yeah. Got like 260, 70 feet.
Yeah. Oh, and Wow, that's some
UFO.
fortunate ground play.
I think he's long too. Actually,
Yeah, he'll have a
surprisingly
comebacker.
enough. Yeah.
But man, that could have been really nasty if that had caught something. Nice upshot from Ryan.
Very smooth, very controlled. He kind of just lets the disc not fall out of his hand, but it just pulls itself out instead of like controlling it. He just swings tennis style.
Yeah, absolutely. Good up from Dane and from Hank as well. Just a nice little jump approach. I think I'm trying to run this. Why not?
So. Come on, do it.
And don't get it there. Man, yeah, that one. I want to have that one back. It'd be cool to get the eagle here. Carson, that's a great putt for birdie coming back. You know he doesn't want to drop another stroke to the pretty much to the field.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Ryan with the high putt, but gets it to go.
Oh, that little bit, it looks like it's a crosswind right now, but I think he was expecting more of that tailwind action, and it just holds it up. But yeah, close enough. He just punches it in there. It holds at least.
Yeah, and this plate is our easiest hole in the round. Averaging, you want to have a guess?
Actually, I want to say it's like 3.1.
It's averaging 3.09.
Oh my
gosh. It's averaging
gosh.
a full 0.9 strokes under par. So maybe this one could be considered as a par 3.
Man,
it really
close.
Yeah, you were.
100th off.
No eagles on this round. So maybe that's the argument against it being a par 3.
Yeah. But in the long position, you see the mulch right there in the left-hand side of your screen. That's a great par 4. I really enjoy it. Double Eagle Disc Golf in Bradenton, Florida. I see they got the location there on that little graphic. So doing some great work supporting us up here in Central Illinois, as well as cultivating an awesome disc golf ecosystem in Florida. So check them out when you're down there, and also check out their online store.
Yeah.
But hole 8 to 260 foot kind of looks like that 80 foot par 3. Dane kind of runs into the tree.
He hits the tree, and unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be out of bounds.
And Ryan's do much either.
Going through the sneaky gap there. I think he's going to stay in bounds, but not going to have super close of a putt, and not to leave Hank out of the party.
Right.
Hitting the pole on his shot. Very nice.
I felt like our exclamations kind of spoke for the shot
that's
in
true.
itself,
That's true.
No, it's all good.
And I just leave mine a little bit wide there. I'm looking to play kind of more of a tight flex line, similar to what Carson's throwing here, and get the skip on this hill. He'll have a nice... leaves it a little bit low, but he'll have a putt. He makes those, we hear.
Yeah. He caught me off guard with that shot, too. His preparations for his
it
skills...
does not go in the direction that you think it's going to.
Well, and his preparations are identical. Oh, I'll say here... This was the disc was actually on the curb, and so there was uncertainty of whether it played as inbounds or out of bounds. So Dane's got a provisional shot in there.
Always play your provisionals, folks.
Yep, he gets the same upshot, so he's got 2 tap-ins effectively. But we did deem that as an out of bounds, so he will be taking an OB stroke.
Yeah, which makes sense. I think it's part of the it's part of the road. We consulted with TD, and
Yep, consistency. But it's always fair, even if it seems like a dumb question. Let your card play out a provisional. And great putt on Carson's side.
Yeah, that's a nice birdie to get.
I think we're going to see the Carson putting train, like, it's moving fast.
Oh, I'm telling you, he's got a laser beam. So does Hank. That's a nice putt.
Yes.
And you can see the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. These leaves are moving out here.
Yeah, as the day warms up, as we get into spring, these days here in Illinois, we'll get a lot more wind in the afternoons than we do in our mornings. Just with the sun warming everything up, it moves that air around for sure.
Yep. Dane getting both his tap outs out of the way.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh, my caddy, walking through there.
Josh, doing good work, man. Supporting those.
Oh yeah,
those amateurs.
Yeah, when he's taking the weekend off from actually making real money. Hank looks like he gets sneaky a little bit. This is hole 9, 365 par 3, playing downhill. You've got kind of a better view of the gap here this time, so you can see most players are taking this straight line. Carson catches just the inside tree, or the kind of wide forehand that Hank took.
Right.
Yeah, we've got some OB. Way right and deep, but that shouldn't come into play in this pin position. The real danger is the huge cliff drop off on the left,
which
is terrifying.
Yeah, Dane was in there first round, so he's hoping, or made sure to not be there.
Yeah,
I mean, that is the main thing. Stay away from that. OB Road, deep of the basket and on the right, which Carson's tree knock would get him close, but it's not really that big of a risk.
Yep, and I wanted to adjust from my first round mistake of hitting the first tree, so I decided to hit the first tree again. This looks like a really nice shot from Dane. Maybe a little bit early, but that'll be a C2 putt.
I think he stabled up from
Yeah.
first round, so he just wanted to ensure that he had himself coming back right so that he didn't get a kick to the left.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. And looks like a great upshot.
Yep, I'm playing the hole the same way. I would like to be playing it for a birdie, but I'll take a par on this hole pretty much any day.
This is also a tough one.
This is a tricky one.
Let's refer to the stats.
Yeah, let's see what we got
It's definitely
here.
one of the tougher holes. This is hole 9.
Yeah, probably playing as our hardest hole. Here we go. Yeah, playing as our third hardest hole, tied for second actually at 0.45 strokes over par. So this is definitely, kind of a bonus birdie. Looks like one of the holes with the most bogeys and doubles as well. So
yeah, I
definitely a tough one. Oh, and Dane can't quite get that one to fall. That would have been a really nice birdie, but
excellent.
like we were saying, par doesn't really kill you here. Yeah, that's a great birdie to get from Ryan.
Ryan creating some separation too. I think we were checking in with the chase card and there was a little bit of motion there, but I think it's kind of cooled down and Ryan's still standing out amongst the crowd. So
yeah,
we're gonna see what the scoreable back 9 can bring us. Carson dropping a stroke against Ryan, but
yeah, and I think we missed Hank's birdie putt there as well. That was a great birdie from Hank.
Well, guys, that is the front 9 for the second and final round of the first stop of the Greater Peoria Tour. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Ben, thanks for being here with me and doing some commentary.
Yeah, thanks for having me. First time out on the mic, so let me know how I do in the comments.
Oh, it won't be the last time for sure. So
all right.
I know the comments will be super supportive. So anyway, thank you guys. Join us on the back 9 for the conclusion of this event, and we have a lot more events coming to you. So McNaughton coming your way, and I think the Washington will be an interesting one.
We've got Washington. We've got Northwood coming up at some point.
So many. All of the awesome courses that we have in the Peoria area. So this is Brave the Midwest. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you on the back 9.